Have you ever wondered how one small dose of ketamine can change the way your brain works and even help fight depression? Today, I'm diving into some cutting-edge science that's turning what we thought we knew about the brain upside down. A brand new study, presented just days ago at the Psychedelic Science 2025 conference, offers a peek into the living human brain, before and after a single shot of ketamine. The results? Pretty wild. So here's what happened. Researchers scanned the brains of a group of healthy volunteers using fMRI and PET scans. First, they got those brain snapshots. Then they gave the participants a single intravenous dose of ketamine. Some were scanned again 24 hours later, and others a week later. What they discovered is what scientists are calling a flattening of the brain's hierarchies. But what does that even mean? Normally, your brain is organized kind of like a corporate office. You've got lower-level sensory networks gathering raw information. Think sights, sounds, and touch. They send all that data up the chain to the higher-level networks, which handle things like planning, daydreaming, and self-reflection. One of the big bosses in this system is the default mode network, or DMN. When that network gets overactive, it's been linked to rumination and depression. But after a ketamine dose, the walls between these networks start to crumble. fMRI scans showed that communication lines between the higher-order DMN and the lower-order sensory networks lit up like never before. It's as if the strict office hierarchy disappeared, and suddenly everyone's brainstorming together. Even more interesting, the default mode network's usual control hub, the posterior cingulate cortex, took a step back, losing some of its grip on organizing information flow. This could be why people describe feeling unstuck from rigid negative thought patterns after ketamine treatment. And there's more. PET scans measured a protein called SV2A, a marker for how many connections, called synapses, your brain cells make. While the overall brain didn't show a massive spike, the DMN's hub actually gained new connections. It's not just about making more synapses. It's about rewiring which parts of the brain talk to each other and how. Now, let's be clear. This was a small study and it didn't have a placebo group, but it's one of the first times we've actually visualized these changes in living human brains, not just in animal models. What does all this mean for depression? By flattening the brain's rigid hierarchy, ketamine might help snap people out of those relentless loops of negative thinking, offering a kind of cognitive reset. Imagine if treating depression could be less about numbing symptoms and more about hitting a neural refresh button. So next time you hear about ketamine and mental health, remember, it's not just about chemistry. It's about literally changing the way your brain networks connect and communicate. Stay curious, and I'll catch you in the next one.